If you're looking for an awesome product at a great price, be sure to check out the link in the description. The former President Donald Trump has announced his intention to nominate a key economic advisor to the Federal Reserve's Board of Governors. This move, revealed on Thursday, would see Stephen Miran, currently the chair of the White House's Council of Economic Advisers, temporarily fill a vacancy for a 4-month term. The position became available following the departure of Adriana Kugler, a Biden appointee who is stepping down from her role as governor this Friday. If confirmed by the Senate, Miran's tenure is slated to last until January 31, 2026. This appointment represents Trump's initial opportunity to exert influence over the Federal Reserve, an independent federal agency that has often been the target of his criticism. Trump has previously voiced strong disapproval of the current Fed chair, Jerome Powell, for maintaining steady short-term interest rates, even going so far as to use harsh language to describe the situation on social media. This recent nomination has sparked considerable interest and anticipation, particularly given the former president's previous statements about the Federal Reserve's policies. Miran has a well-documented history of supporting Trump's economic policies, particularly his tax cuts and tariffs. He has argued that these policies will stimulate economic growth and ultimately reduce budget deficits. Miran has also downplayed the potential inflationary effects of Trump's tariffs, which is a contrast to the concerns expressed by Chairman Powell. This alignment of views raises questions about the potential shift in the Federal Reserve's stance on monetary policy. The selection of Miran could amplify concerns about the politicization of the Federal Reserve, a body traditionally shielded from daily political pressures. The independence of the Fed is considered essential for making difficult decisions, such as raising interest rates, which politicians may be hesitant to undertake, especially when facing public scrutiny. This independence is thought crucial to fighting inflation effectively. Federal Reserve governors play a pivotal role in all interest rate decisions and financial regulatory policies. Miran's nomination, if approved, would likely add a vote in favor of lower interest rates. Kugler, the outgoing governor, aligned with Powell's approach, advocating for holding rates steady and carefully assessing the impact of tariffs before taking action. At the Federal Reserve's most recent meeting last week, officials decided to maintain the key interest rate at 4.3%, a level established after 3 rate cuts late last year. However, 2 governors, Christopher Waller and Michelle Bowman, both appointed during Trump's first term, dissented from that decision. This division highlights the complexity and the varied perspectives within the Federal Reserve. Even with Miran potentially joining the board, numerous officials are wary of Trump's aggressive tariffs, believing they could contribute to higher inflation in the coming months. This concern underlines the intricate balancing act the Fed faces. Following the release of the July jobs report, Miran criticized the Fed chair for not cutting benchmark interest rates, asserting that Trump was right in his assessment of inflation during his previous term and would be correct again. The president has actively pressured Powell to lower short-term interest rates, believing his tariffs will not lead to higher inflationary pressures. What we're seeing now in real time is a repetition once again of this pattern where the president will end up having been proven right, Miran commented on MSNBC, and the Fed will, with a lag and probably quite too late, eventually catch up to the president's view. This statement foreshadows a potential clash within the Federal Reserve and a possible shift in its approach